boys and girls. How is everybody today?
Hola, niños. You look marvelous this morning. Simply marvelous.
Good morning, Methodist. What's happening?
I have a question.
What?
Why are you so loud when you say hello and so soft when you say goodbye?
I've never been so insulted in my life.
Is he saying hello?
I wasn't trying to insult you. It was just a question.
A question? Just a question? Well, so is your face really that fuzzy, or did static cling somehow attract an unsightly wad of lint from the clothes dryer and attach it to the front of your head?
But what does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. Just edgy, I guess.
How can you be edgy and covered with a lot of soft, fuzzy wet at the same time?
He means he's on edge. Not that he has sharp angles defining his mammalian boundaries.
Oh, it's just that your first question about hellos and goodbyes touched a nerve, I guess.
Why?
Because I like beginnings, but endings not so much.
Huh?
You know, like friends and family and community, it's great to start them and to sustain them, but who likes for them to end? I love meeting new people and welcoming each and every new day, but I don't like it when people have to leave, or especially when they move away, or even when they die. Which is why I like to say, "Good morning, Methodist, what's happening?" But I don't really like to shout goodbye, because goodbyes, large and small, can hurt.
But goodbyes don't have to mean that your relationship ends. It just changes.
I don't know.
Well, sure it does. Listen, this reminds me of something that happened to me a couple years ago in New Orleans.
Okay, tell us about it.
Well, I'd gone to New Orleans for a conference, and while I was there, I wanted to go see the famous Preservation Hall Dixieland Band. You know, where Dixieland jazz was born.
I thought Dixieland was born in the old black spirituals that the slaves used to sing.
Well, it has its origins going back to those slave songs and spirituals, but the jazz part was added by their descendants in New Orleans. Anyway, so I got a ticket and waited in this long line outside, and finally I was sitting there in the old Preservation Hall, which is really just a big old woodshed near Bourbon Street in New Orleans, and I was watching these old friends play together.
Does this really have something to do with goodbyes, or even today's Bible story, or are you just trying to distract us?
So, the band, as they started, there was this empty chair. The clarinet player was there, and the banjo player was there, and the trumpet player was there, and there was a guy on the upright bass. All of them, these big old black guys, from the first note, they were having a great time, and they'd been doing this together for years. They were cooking away, but there was no trombone player, and I was thinking maybe the trombone player was late or something. Soon they introduced themselves and said some things about a couple of songs they were playing. Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, and I'm Gonna Sing, which did go back to the days of the black spirituals. The slave songs of hope and courage and longing that God would finally make things right.
But did the trombone player ever show up?
Well, near the end, before the last song actually, the leader finally explained that their friend, their bandmate, had actually died earlier that day. Who'd been playing with them for 30 years. That was his chair. But that he wasn't gone. In fact, the guy said that all night he'd been hearing his friend playing along, and that if we listened, we could probably hear him too. because he was. And so they played, and we listened to a Dixieland foot-stomping, body-moving, heaven-hoping rendition of "Oh, When the Saints Go Marching In." And as we listened, crowded into that shed, you know, we could hear him in the harmonies, the overtones, and the weaving melodies of the trumpet and the banjo and the clarinet. It was there. And soon we all joined in and sang along, "Oh, when the saints go marching in," because there are saints around the world, among us here, who every day are marching in. Every day, not so much leaving us as marching into heaven, with Jesus singing right along.
Well, I think we should sing along too. Kay, how about if you come up and help us lead?